There are a lot of credit cards out there, but only a few of them are actually really worth opening. Today we'll go over the best credit cards of 2024 so far, their intro bonuses, spending categories, benefits, and more. Starting with the Chase Sapphire Reserve. This is not only one of the best travel credit cards out there, but it's also capable of so much more. Before we get into the benefits and spending categories, let's talk about the intro bonus. Currently for the Chase Sapphire Reserve, when a new account is open, users will have the ability to earn 60,000 points when you spend $4,000 in the first 3 months. With this card, each point is valued at 1.5 cents when used through the Chase Travel Portal. This makes the intro bonus valued at around $900. In addition to the intro bonus, you can also earn points through the Reserve's spending categories, like 5x on flights and 10x on hotels and rental cars booked through the Chase Ultimate Rewards. You can also earn 3x on dining, delivery, and travel worldwide, and that's not to mention my favorite trick, using the Chase Trifecta. This just means you'd be taking advantage of the Chase Freedom Flex and the Unlimited to earn points in other categories, allowing you to maximize your earning on things like groceries, gym memberships, and a lot more, up to 5x points on your everyday spends. Now, these are just daily uses for the card, but for me, one of my favorite parts about this card is the monthly and annual benefits. These are what I would consider allow the card to pay for itself. The first main benefit of this card is the $300 travel credit, which unlike other cards can be used not just for airlines, but all sorts of travel. Hotels, cruises, taxis, even tolls. Then you have your monthly credits like for DoorDash and Instacart, where you have $5 a month for DoorDash and $15 a month for Instacart. These credits are only available for a limited time, so if you haven't used yours, you should act fast. The card also comes with 12 months of Dash Pass and Instacart Plus, and in the same time frame, there's also a 2-year Lyft Pink credit as well. In addition to this, there's also credit for global entry and TSA PreCheck, which is nice to help you skip those annoying customs and security lines. Not to mention the fact that once you get past those lines, you'll be able to enjoy Priority Pass and Chase Sapphire Reserve lounges, which have complimentary food, drinks, and comfortable places for you to relax before you depart. All in all, this card is great and has some pretty amazing benefits. But the reason why this card is at the bottom list for me is because, unlike other cards on the list, it has one of the hardest times standing on its own. It's great to have a $300 travel credit, but when the annual fee is $550 and most of the other benefits are one-time use, it makes this card good, but not the overall best in my opinion. My main philosophy for this card is that if you're already part of the Chase ecosystem with a Freedom Unlimited or Freedom Flex, this is probably the best card for you, and you can add it to your wallet this year. However, with that said, let's move on to the next card, which is the Bilt MasterCard. If you haven't heard of this card yet, this is the card to earn points on your rent without any transaction fees. Bilt MasterCard is a $0 annual fee card that allows you to earn 1x points on your rent up to $100,000 per year, 2x points on travel, 3x points on dining, and 1x points on everything else. Now, one of the most common questions with this card is, what if my landlord doesn't accept credit cards? How can I still use it? And the cool thing about this card is it actually has 2 more ways to pay, and that's through an ACH number that they provide you, and if that's still not good enough, you can actually have them send a check directly to your landlord. With that said, this card does have some requirements to earn those points on rent. The main one being that you do have to use this card at least 5 times per month. The cool part, however, is that you get double points on the first of the month excluding rent. So that's 4x points on flights, 6x on dining, and 2x on everything else, making this card a great set it and forget it card, meaning rent, electricity, phone bills, all of that goes on this card, especially on the first of the month. In addition to that, the Bilt card also has some benefits that only premium credit cards have, like trip cancellation protection, collision damage waiver for rental cars, and cell phone protection. With these benefits and the point multipliers, this is probably one of the best $0 annual fee credit cards anyone can have. With that said, let's talk really quickly about the only business card that made this list, the Chase Ink Business Unlimited. First is that it has an intro bonus of $750 when you spend $6,000 in the first 3 months of opening an account, which is a nice 12+% back. Second, this card allows you to earn 1.5% cash back on all purchases, so you don't even have to think about which spending categories you should be using it for. Third is that there's no annual fee, so you don't have to worry about an extra bill every single year. And fourth, one of the biggest reasons why people get this card is the 0% APR for the first 12 months of opening an account. Many people get this card specifically for this reasons because a lot of new business owners want to apply for a business loan, but especially in the first year, don't have the sometimes required 2 years of revenue to apply for one. That's where this card comes in handy. It normally has high limits, especially if you already have money flowing into a business checking account, and with a 0% APR for the first year, it gives business owners the funds they need to buy supplies, especially when starting out. Now, with that said, the interest rate does go up to at least 18% after the first year, and personally for me, I hate paying interest. So when I first started out with this card, I made sure to have it paid off in full within the first 12 months of owning it. If you are interested in opening up an account, I'll leave a link for this card and all other cards in the description. But let's get back to the personal cards and move on to the Capital One Venture X. This is one of my favorite travel and everyday cards, and honestly, it's one of the only cards that can fit into both of those categories, and I'll explain why in a second. But first, let's keep things in order and go over the intro bonus. The current welcome offer allows you to earn 75,000 miles when you spend $4,000 in the first 3 months of opening the card. Those 75,000 miles are worth around $750 travel. In addition to that bonus, you can also earn 10x miles on hotels and rental cars, as well as 5x on flights, all booked through the Capital One travel portal. And that's not to mention 2x miles on everything else. Now, if that weren't good enough for everyday purchases and travel, you can also combine the points that you earn for your Capital One Saver One with the points you earn from your Venture X, meaning that you can also get 3x on dining, groceries, streaming services, and entertainment. With that said, the points aren't the only thing that's great about this card. To me, one of the best parts is that while it has a $395 annual fee, it comes with $300 travel credit and 10,000 anniversary miles after your first year of having the card. The 10,000 anniversary miles are worth around $100, making the effective annual fee -$5. You'll also get $100 for a global entry or TSA pre-check, as well as access to the Capital One, Plaza Premium, and Priority Pass lounges. Overall, of the premium travel cards, if you're looking for one with a lower cost, this is it. With that said, let's talk about the number 2 spot on my list, my favorite card for food, the American Express Gold Card. This is literally the only card I use for dining in supermarkets because there just aren't really any other cards that can compete. First, this card has an intro bonus of 60,000 points when you spend $6,000 in the first 6 months of card membership. Every point is worth around 1 cent each, meaning that those 60,000 points are worth around $600 of travel. Second, this card has 2 main spending categories which allow you to earn the 4x points at restaurants and 4x points at supermarket, which is why it's one of my main everyday cards. Besides for the 4x on food, you can also get 1x points on all other purchases. Now, the annual fee of this card is $250 for the year, but it's one of those cards where the annual fee just makes sense. Not only do you get those points on your food, but each month you also get $10 in Uber Cash, which I mainly use to pick up Uber Eats, and $10 monthly statement credit for your choice of Grubhub, Cheesecake Factory, Shake Shack, and a few other restaurants. This brings your total benefits to $240 for the year, making the effective annual fee only $10. The American Express Gold is the one card I find fits well for a lot of people because not only are you getting pretty high point value for food categories, but the annual fee works pretty well with the benefits. With that said, let's move on to the final card, the Platinum Card by American Express. This is the best premium travel card out there. First, the card has an intro bonus of 80,000 points when you spend $8,000 in the first 6 months of card membership, and those points are equivalent to around $800 to travel. Now, this bonus is good, but you can find higher bonuses that are tailored to you, like a 125,000 point bonus that I got when I first opened the card. The 125,000 bonus was valued at around $1,250, so a much higher value. If you don't know where to find these potential higher bonuses, there's a tool called Card Match that I'll link in the description so you can use it and see if you're eligible. In addition to the intro bonus, this card also has great spending categories that allows you to earn 5x points on flights booked through airlines and 5x on hotels booked through the American Express travel portal, then 1x on everything else. Now talking about travel, this card also has some pretty cool benefits like a $200 hotel credit, $200 in airline fee credits, and $200 in Uber Cash, broken up into $15 a month and an extra $20 in December. Personally, I like combining the $15 a month on the Platinum with the $10 a month from the Gold and getting some pretty good Thai food on Uber Eats. But with that said, the benefits don't end there. With this $695 annual fee card, you'll also get $300 in Equinox credit, $100 in Saks credits, $155 in Walmart Plus credits, and $240 in digital entertainment credits. The digital entertainment credit is probably one of the most utilized credits for Amex users and can be used for $20 a month for Disney Plus, Hulu, ESPN, Peacock, and a few other subscriptions. But now going back to travel, just like with the Chase Sapphire Reserve or the Capital One Venture X, this card also covers $100 for global entry or TSA PreCheck. TSA PreCheck allows you to use a separate line or security, but Clear lets you literally skip the entire line. I've used Clear multiple times and the staff is pretty nice and they escort you to the front of the line, and I think it's actually easier to set up Clear than it is to set up TSA PreCheck or Global Entry. This card not only gets you access to the Party Pass lounges like other top travel cards, but it also has access to the Centurion lounges. And if you haven't been to Centurion lounges, they are much better than the Priority Pass lounges. In addition to that, Centurion lounges actually outnumber the Chase and Capital One lounges. With that, the $1,500 plus of benefits, point multipliers, and the intro bonus, it's clear why this is the best card on the market. But do you agree? Which card do you think is best? Let me know in the comments. And if you're thinking about opening up the Platinum card, definitely watch this video first on the most common mistakes that people make with it. Thanks for watching the video, and see you next time. Bye.